Hello there everybody, it's Technojock here, and we're back on the ftog'ians server with another Quantus for you. And we appear to have a new roommate. Stalker has given me a kilted, and indeed brave-hearted up creeper that appears to be hard at work, cooking up a storm there, which is great. He has recently, Stalker that is, had recently pranked Thorgal with a load of creepers and stuff over at his base. And because I'm on a straight line in between there and here, well, I was obviously on that bombing run as well. But I've been busy with chisels and bits as well. We've got, I've taken some of the stuff away that was just clogging up this area, and I've got myself a nice leather-backed seat here. You can't actually sit in it, unfortunately, but it is here with the Psi stuff. I thought that worked quite nicely. So we've got the Psi programmer and the CAD assembler, and I've got this different modular storage thing here for keeping spells in, because they line up nicely like that. If we have spell drives, we can have them in there. So I have made a new casting assistant device there, and I'm slowly but surely working back up, getting my CAD and my spells sorted. But I've also finally finished the bathroom here, and the creepers left all the taps running. Look at that. And he hasn't replaced the toilet roll, but at least we know he's a boy creeper because the toilet seat's up. So, yeah, I've got lots of bathroom furniture now. So we've got a bidet, a toilet, we've got a shower, and the bathroom unit here, and even a mirror thing, which doesn't really work. But we've got towels, and I'll suppose I'll need to get some toilet roll when I'm out. Other stuff that I wanted to get going with, I did go over and I have made the dimension from extra utilities. So, in fact, let's go through the shower and do this. We can go through this area here, and if we go here, we can go from Techno House to Techno Spirit Dimension, dial once, and let's head on over. And here we are over in Extra Utilities Dimension. So we've obviously got some stuff set up already because I've got the matter transmitter and receiver over here. I've got it chunk loaded, we've got some power, and we've got a little bit of XNet going up to the second floor. Before we go up there, I did cave. I have that confession. I have made the Endryo farming station for the potatoes and for the netherwort, because the other farms, I didn't want to have to set them up over here, but also this just runs an awful lot more efficiently, and it's a bit easier on the server, etc., etc. So, it is what it is. But anyway, on with this bit. So that's all I've got in here now so far, is really this and a way of getting here. Now, the Endryo farming station is putting all of its output over into this. So we've got loads of netherwort at the moment and not quite as much potatoes, but it's well on the way. Cool beans. What are we doing? Well, if you remember, I wanted to automate getting steak and chips. No, steak and chips. We're eating steak and chips. At the moment, I'm just eating some bread because that's all I had sitting, because I hadn't automated steak and chips, obviously. But we're going to be using steak and chips over for our mana production as well, dare I say, in our Botania area. Don't worry, we're not really doing Botania. Not really doing Botania, but we're going to be automating some of the stuff that will be used for Botania at some point in the future. So, steak and chips. Raw beef, or of some description, that we're going to be doing. Easy peasy. We're getting that in this ender chest from our cow farm over in the red barn. We've got another ender chest over there, and I'm using X utilities nodes with a special filter thing on it, just keeping a stack of raw beef in here at any one time. Cool. Over here, we're keeping potatoes in here, and also netherwort, not for the steak and chips, but we'll get to that bit maybe later on this episode. But because I need a stack of two different things, I've used blood magic nodes, because if it is possible to do with the extra utilities nodes, I don't know how to keep two different stacks, but limited to just a stack of each. But with these, it's actually really easy. Using an item filter, you just go, well, I want to keep 64 potatoes and 64 netherwort, and that's it. It's done. So that's what we've got. Cool beans. So we've got steak. Good. And we need to make fries, and we need a skillet. Well, over here in this crafter, I have got a skillet. Cool. So we've got raw beef, we've got a skillet, we need fries. Okay, to make fries, we need potatoes, bakeware, and salt. Well, potatoes we've got, because we've got them from here. Well, we will pipe them over from there in a moment. But potatoes, yeah, cool. And bakeware, we've got one bit of salt because we haven't automated salt. How do we automate salt, I hear you ask? Well, that's where we get a little bit of an issue. We need a pot, and we need either a water bucket or fresh water. Well, we've got a pot, that's easy. But fresh water or a water bucket, how are we going to get that? Well, we could do cactus juice. Okay. Or I could do something with a fluid tank and putting a bucket into it, but then we need to fill the fluid tank with something. Well, I could do a reservoir. Reservoir from Endrio is available to us. Feed that into the tank and then feed buckets into that, and that would get a full bucket, and then that could go into here, and then we could make the thing. That sounds like a lot of work. Or we could use an eternal water bucket. Crafted with a normal bucket will give us a full water bucket, and it'll give us eternal water bucket left. Well, how do we get an eternal water bucket, I hear you ask? Well, you get 4 of them. Ooh, that's interesting. We need dark gems. Well, we've got dark gems and a weather container filled from an environmental accumulator. That's one of those things that you get at the funny sort of temple scattered around the place that's got a big black beam going up into the sky. And you get a weather container, and when it starts raining, you throw it in. And it turns it sunny, and you get a weather container filled with water. That sounds like something that'd be quite cool to do. There's another way of doing it as well, of a sanguinary environmental accumulator, and you just put it in with a bunch of blood. 60 buckets of blood would do that. But I don't know. That would need an environmental accumulation core. Obtained when breaking a regular environmental accumulator. Okay, that's possible. Garmonbosia, which is... Oh, that's that vengeance essence. Oh yeah, I remember. We got that Garmonbosia stuff when we were making our pendant, our primed pendant. And a blood infusion core, which is dark power gem and stuff. So that's possible as well. So we'll try and see if we can do it the other way first, using just the normal environmental accumulator. But that means then that we need to be able to make it rain. And that's why we've got weather here as well, because we can make the weather obelisk from Endrio, and we can make it rain that way. And that's what I was thinking about doing. But that requires a weather crystal, which requires 2 vibrant crystals, 2 pulsating crystals, and an ender crystal, which in turn is a vibrant crystal with an enderman soul. I have an enderman soul, I have 2 pulsating crystals, I have 3 vibrant crystals, and a bunch of other stuff. So let's get cracking, let's do a bunch of crafting, and let's see if we can get all of this stuff working. So let's go back to the house and start crafting. Back in the shower and climbing all over the stuff. Let's go and stick this stuff into the soul binder to get our ender crystal. Soul binder, we need that and that. And 6 levels. I'm pretty sure I have 6 levels to spare. I have so many levels. It's unreal, and I haven't... I've got stacks of XP that I can go and get as well. So, weather crystal thing. Let's have a look at this. So, weather crystal, we should just be able to make like that. There we go. Easy peasy. I've already made a basic capacitor bank. And I've got Solarium and Energetic Alloy available to me as well. There we go. That is that done. Now, let's get the power on the go for this thing. Do I just want to put it here? I'm just going to put it here at the moment. Let's take this, get this out the road, and I will put that somewhere more sensible. In fact, there is actually pretty sensible, and I'll put a connector on it at some point so it can get power. I've got a connector on me, I'll be able to do that. Let's just get going with this though, because this weather obelisk will charge up. It's got a tank. So what do we do? I think we need a bucket of water to make it rain. But ooh, now this dimension's got the thing that Grok made. So it would immediately make it stop raining. Let's get ourselves another power cell. Take that with another power card. And let's go on over. Link that. Let's go on over to the mining dimension and see about if we can make it rain in the mining dimension. There we go. Things loading in. So let's head on over there. I would cut, but it's only going to take me a few seconds. Guests and zoo. That's the stuff I did. Here we go. Of course it's nighttime, but that shouldn't matter. Let's put that down. It's very dark though. Let's sleep so it's a bit lighter. Here we go. And put that in there. We're linked up. That's cool. Set it to output. Put this on top. And we're getting power. And let's get our bucket. And I don't have any water here. That was a bit short-sighted, fortunately. There's a nice big pool of water ready for us. Right. Oh, great. How do I get that in there, then? Do I need to make a tank? Okay. This is fast turning into a ridiculous situation. Right. Okay. We know how to make that. Let's just get rid of that as well. So, tank. Tank. One of these. Fluid tank. Right. Cool. Fluid tank. Put you on this. Oh, that stupid thing. The stupid bound blood drop. Frustrating that is. Drum to put that stuff into. I've got a drum. That's fine. Let's pump that out the bottom. There we go. Get rid of all of that. And done. Cool. Right. Let's do that again. That in there, and then we'll push out the side like that. Why is that not? Should that not be pulling in? I thought that it did something. Why you no worky? It's got a tank. There's water there. I thought it was just water that it needed to be able to do this. Right. All has become clear. My information on how the weather obelisk works was from a few editions ago. Nowadays, it's not a bucket of water or a bucket of lava that does things. It is, let's have a look at this. Oh, it's fluids that you feed in. So, if you want to, if it's raining or thunderstorm or something, you want it to be sunny, you need liquid sunshine. If you want a thunderstorm, you want concentrated cloud seed, and if you want a normal rain, then you want cloud seed, and that is made in the vat using water, clay, and snow or ice. Is it just ice? Packed ice. Snow. Yeah, snow will do it as well. So clay and snow. Well, clay and snow we have. I just quickly made myself a vat. So we should be able to do this. So clay. Let's grab some of that. And some snow. Let's grab one of you. Finally, see about this. And a hop, skip, a jump, and a well-timed coughing fit later, and we have progress. Nearly there, nearly there. How much of this stuff we're going to get? A full bucket's worth. Now then, let's see if we can pull in from this side. Pull in. Is it going to let me? I think that this is push. There we go. It's pushing it out. Maybe I didn't do that right. There we go. And do we need a firework of some description? It looks like. Firework. Firework rocket. Minecraft. Can't make them. That could be inconvenient. Really? Really? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. Despite the fact there's not actually a recipe for it, Dr. Ragehard managed to get me the information that apparently it's just paper and gunpowder and you get 3 of these things. So, yeah, not nearly as frustrating as I thought that was going to be. Let's try this again. And it's going to do its stuff. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. Any moment. No. Oh, that's pretty cool. And making it rain. Excellent. So, that all works. I'm relatively happy with that. I'm going to sleep the night and the rain away briefly. And then I can... Yeah, you guys, come on, go. Come on, where were you? Thank you. And then I can go and find one of those tower things, or the altar things. Okie dokie, here we go. This is actually down towards the desert, where I got a load of sand before I cleared up the Botania area and the magic area there before. So, we've got an environmental accumulator here. It hasn't been raided, so there might actually be something nice here. We'll take that capacitor. Not going to bother with anything else in there. A purple rune, I don't even know what that does. Salamander's eye, that looks cool, going to grab that. Nothing else really taking my fancy. So, let's grab our weather obelisk, which should have enough power in it to do what we need it to do now. Cool. So it's got power, it's got firework in it. We've got our weather container, which I didn't show you how to make, which is just a glass bottle of dark jam and some sugar. Pretty simple stuff. So let's do this. Let's see if this works. When it starts raining, we throw this into there. I'm going to take off my magnet ring, just in case. Okay. And it starts raining. Put that in there. Oh yeah, that looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. And weather container. When the rain begins to fall. And it is sucked up the rain. It stops raining. It's gone back to what it was before. Now the environmental accumulator charge is going up. I'm going to wait for that to actually get up to full. And then I'm going to harvest this thing. Not with that pickaxe though. I want a different one because it's a silk touch one. Yeah, I've got a Fortune 5 one that I made the other day as well. So when that gets full up, you can see that the beam is changing colour. When it's full up, then I will harvest it, and we could then in the future make that sanguinary one instead. Let's get rid of a bunch of this stuff. Let's pick up our weather obelisk before I forget as well. That might come in handy at some point in the future. We don't need that, we don't need that. Don't need that either. Or that for that matter. And certainly not that. How are we doing? Is this fully charged? It looks fully charged to me. So, let's just... Here we go. Yeah. And then... Cool. Then we can use that. Let's go back to base. Right. Let's see. So, the next thing that we wanted to do is we're needing to make that bucket, aren't we? So it's a water bucket, and it's this one, the eternal water bucket. So we should now be able to make that. There we go. We've got 4 of these. Now what happens when I craft this with a normal bucket? Let's take this. Let's get rid of the water that's in it. I think I can just put this into the... There. Cool. Stick that down the sink. 1 water bucket. And we have this left. Excellent. So we've got 3 spare ones that we'll be able to use for something else as well. That's excellent. In which case we can actually go back over to the spirit dimension and do what we need to do there. Let's go on over. And where are we? I always get turned around in here. I really must put something on the walls that gives us a little bit of indication of which way we're going. So, back we are over here. Let's... Oh, I can't do that. Because what I've done is I've told us to remember these slots. So these are all ghosted out. So that's where these things will go. Cool. I'm going to remember that as well. So we've got our eternal water bucket. So let's go back to our steak and chips, back where all this started. And we're going to want to do salt first. So we're going to want, in fact, we're going to need to do water bucket first. So that's what we're going to do in there. Our first recipe is going to be that we want to make water buckets. And what we're going to do is we're going to say the result of the crafting operation is going to go into the input buffer. So we change that. Yep. All items and input slots are consumed. Keep on inventory. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. It's going to take that and the empty bucket, and it's going to do that there. Cool. Cool beans. I might do that as well. Right. So there's a slot there for the water bucket. Right? And then our next thing that we're going to do is going to be, we're going to take our water bucket there and our pot there, and that is going to give us salt. But again, it's going to give us the salt and it's going to give us the pot, and we're going to say going to stay in the input buffer. So it's going to stay in this bit here. That's cool. Apply that. So now we're at this point. We're going to say, right, we're going to take salt, bakeware, and potatoes to make fries. So let's go into this one. Salt, bakeware, and potatoes makes fries. And again, we want the fries to stay in the internal buffer. Cool. I'm going to take 1 potato, salt, and the bakeware at the moment. And I'm actually going to make some fries. So that, and that. Make some fries. We keep our bakeware. Put the bakeware back in here and put the fries in here. In fact, I'm going to put the fries. I'm going to put the fries on this level because this is going to be our... it doesn't really matter. Let's put them up here. And we'll remember that again. So there's our fries. Cool. And then all we need to do is the skillet, the raw beef, and the fries. Like that. Not that. That. And this is going to be, all of the stuff's going to go to the external. Right? But we will need to pull the skillet back in. But that's fine. So steak and chips is all good. So water bucket is good. Salt is good. And I've just overwritten the fries. Okay. Well, we can do the fries again. That's fine. And that's internal. I want to do it on that one. Let's just do this properly. So it's going to be internal. Thank you. That's what I wanted to do. I right-clicked on that and it changed it back for some reason. Alright, and then we're going to do this one like that. That's going to be external. That's going to be good. So that one, internal. That one, internal. That one, internal. That one, internal. That one, external. Cool beans. That's going to be good. Right. We are good. Now, we're going to get this stuff. We're going to go that. Yeah, this looks all good. I'm back after my little accidental teleportation. I'm wanting conduit. Just normal item conduit like this. Now, we also want some cobblestone or something akin to that. We'll just grab cobblestone because it's always a likely stopgap. And we're going to block off all of these because we don't want items going in here. We don't want it ending up with all of these filled up with potatoes as well. That would just be ridiculous. We've got slots for potatoes, slots for raw beef. That's all we're going to be taking in from here. And we don't want it to be pulling in nether wart, but there's no space for nether wart now, so we should be all good. Let's say extract from there, always active. Now it needs to be in out because we want it to do No, we just want it to be extract, but always active, and it's going into here. Yes. But this one's going to be in out. Yes. And round robin self-feed enabled, right? So, we should now probably, have a stack of each of the potatoes and raw beef because we're taking out of here, putting into here. But remember, we need, when we make our steak and chips, for the skillet and the steak and chips are going to be put into this slot here. And in fact, let's just get power going over here and we'll cover exactly what's going on. Let's go through here, get this connected up. Yeah, because we've got this going underneath here. I think I might actually put the power up there. Gonna put the power up there. Let's grab some conduit. I've got lots of power conduit here. Let's just go. I just want to quickly run this power over. And I want to use a Yeta wrench. Let me get this connected up, I think. In fact, I'll just do it quickly. I'll just do it quickly with you here. Because I'm just going to put another power thing here. And I'll get rid of the other one at a later moment when time is not of the essence. There we go. That should be powered up. And look at it make the fries. And it's made the steak and chips. Now, it's only made one steak and chips because the skillet's here. The skillet is there. So, we're good on salt. Perfect. We're good on potatoes and that and fries. That's pretty much exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, this is the bit. So, I want it to be inserting on the green, which is good because we're exporting on the green there. But I also need this to be extracting on the green, always active, and self-feed enabled, so that the skillet can come out and then straight back in, because it doesn't have anywhere else to go, because this is just extract only, remember? Extract only. But this is extracting and input, so that skillet can go into there, and now it's going to do something. It's going to fill up here. Can I want to actually... Yeah, I want to put it like that. it's going to fill up. That's going to be okay. Now, I want that skillet to be in there. Let's turn that off. Let's just put it onto insert at the moment. Go back in here. I'm going to take my skillet, I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to hit remember again. And that way, this thing has got 3 slots that it can use for steak and chips. I really shouldn't have taken that out of there, but never mind. Doesn't matter. And it's got a slot for the skillet. So just in case when it filled up with 64, 64, 64, it somehow managed to put a steak and chips there, but the skillet was stuck somewhere else. I don't know if it would have done that. I wasn't wanting to wait and find out. So ignore that. There we go. That's working. Perfect. That's all good. Can I put these back in here? Oh, I can. Excellent. Right, so that's okay. Let's turn this back on to in and out. This should start working again. And it has made 64, 64, 64. Skillet's back in there ready to go. We are good on the steak and chips. I could have perhaps put cobblestone in here and told it to remember that as well. But I'm not bothered by that. That is perfect. Now we need to get the steak and chips out of here and into here. We're out of potatoes, are we? We are out of potatoes. Yep. See? We needed one of these. We definitely needed one of these. So, I've got more potatoes over in the old farm. I shall transfer them over here and get that sorted out. But I want to get the steak and chips from there, and I want to keep a stack of steak and chips in here. So, I need another routing node. I need an input routing node here to go to that output routing node there. It can go in with the master one, I think. So I need input. Yes, I have. And if I have... did I not have that tool? Oh, what do you call it now? I put it back into the system. I can't remember what it is. There's a node there. It's node something or other. Node router. There we go. Cool. So if I put you on top like that, and I take one of you, and I go in here, put that there, steak and chips, and say I want 64 of you in there at all times, and then I bind that routing node with that routing node, which is in turn connected to there. If I look in here again, it's working perfectly. Got 64 in there. We've only got 52. Why have you suddenly stopped? Why are you having problems? Don't know. You doing something? Or not doing something? Me no know why you no work. Weird. Okay. I think it'll come to good in a few minutes. That's doing fine. Now, all I need to do is have the ender chest over on the far side in the Britannia area, feeding these steaks and chips into the drawer that we've already got there. And I'm not going to bore you with doing that on camera because we've got other things to be doing. So what is next on the list then? We're already at a fairly decent wrapping up point, but I want to carry on and do a bumper episode because quarrying. I have set this up with, I was just wanting to mine a few things. Emeralds, diamonds, lapis, redstone, and nether quartz. However, we got a lot of lapis, 20 stacks of. We got a lot of redstone. We've got 32 stacks in there, plus the stuff that's in here. We've got a good few diamonds, got some emeralds, got a good, decent amount of draconium, which I'm quite happy about, but no nether quartz. And I was interested in that because it means we're not getting anything from the nether, which is disappointing. However, I'm going to keep this going for diamonds and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And we'll have this set up so we're going to get more draconium. However, how are we going to quarry that stuff? Well, I have, in a different room, got all the stuff I need for an environmental tech void resource miner. Void ore miner, rather, not resource. There's two different kinds. Let's have a look in the digital guide. This is very, very good, this little book. So the void ore miner and void resource miner, very similar in what they do and how they do it, but one gets ore and one gets things like stone and clay and stuff like that. So we're going to get the void ore miner. We need these things. We need 24 structure blocks, 20 machine bases, 2 laser cores, and a clear laser lens or any coloured variant. And the coloured variants are to increase your chances of getting a particular ore. Now, I don't know what the actual colours normally are for all the different things, but I would imagine, I think that the yellow lens, if you get yellow lens, you're more likely to get yellorium for if you've got big reactors in the pack, that sort of thing. So let's take all of the stuff out of here, and let's have a look at their environmental tech stuff. Environmental tech stuff. So void ore miner controller tier 1 is what we want. We're going to need 4 blocks of gold. We've got clear lens and laser core. That's easy enough. And yeah, we've got that. I think I've already made these anyway. We needed nether quartz ore, diamond ore, and iron ore, which I have already, hence why I had the Silk Touch Man of Steel pickaxe, because I needed the actual ore kinds there. So we're actually in good shape to make all of this. And if we get the void ore miner thing like that, we can make that thing. And then we've got the 2 laser cores and the clear lens that we needed as well. I have also made this thing, the assembler. Well worth using. It's used for manipulating the multi-block things. So you can build and take them apart with this thing. And it is relatively easy to make. 2 bits of obsidian, and we need a structure block tier 2. Either basalt, alabaster, or even hardened stone. And as you might imagine, it takes a tier 1 with some bits to upgrade it to a tier 2. And that's how you get this thing. So, very good. Also did make a thing for making obsidian. Let's quickly have a look at that. We've got a little channel under here where the water's coming along, and it stops right before this block here. And the reason it stops right before this block here is because we've got a fluid placer here with lava in it, and it would place the lava right in that block because there's water right next to it, turns it into obsidian, and then that comes over and is broken by the block breaker, which goes up into this basic drawer here. Basic drawer has got, let's see, the upgrade in it, the redstone upgrade, so it emits a signal for the total amount of storage. So there's an analog signal there coming out, going through our trusty comparator setup with a constant there and subtractor, and then our analog to digital converter, and that turns off the fluid placer there. So I've picked a fairly arbitrary amount for it, so we've got just over a stack of obsidian in there, and everything's quite happy, and we've still got loads and loads of lava in there as well. So that's how I'm getting my obsidian now, all auto magically. Perfect. Had to make it so the water was all the way over there and stopped right next to the block, because if the water flows into that block, then the placer can't place the lava into that block, so it just needs to be right next to it. Right, let's go on down here. You'll see I've cleaned up the potato farm. This is all going nicely through here. We have got 26 stacks. Nice. Don't know why that's going. Oh, this is still running without anything in it. I've got an idea of how to alleviate the situation there. But let's come down here. Now, this thing, void or miner, needs to have clear line of sight to either void or bedrock. Now, there's bedrock right there. So I think I can actually put this right smack on top of there. And I don't think the water matters. I think it can see through water, so that would be fine. Yeah. Must let light through. So glass or water should be okay. We'll soon see. And this is 7 by 7 by 4. Well, this area is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, we'll be perfectly okay with that. Let's grab our alabaster. In fact, I think because of the shape of this thing, we can probably go put that there. One, and just right click on it. Keep right clicking on it until it finishes making, and it should tell us multi-block assembly complete. Excellent. So this should be fine. And now, if we get ourselves a power core, of which we have one, probably need to make that into the upgraded version. Can we use that? Can we do that just now? I don't have any infused diamonds, do I? No. Let's see about infused diamonds. Let's see, uses of that, and then that. Dimensional shards. Need to make 8. And we've run out of emeralds. That's not very helpful. Use that. Oh, I do have emeralds upstairs, right? Let's quickly nip upstairs. Right. We've got the emeralds in here, remember? Ironically, we have emeralds in there that are going to be able to make that obsolete. And 8 of you makes the diamond and makes you. Thank you. And then, can we do that? Yes, we can. Cool, cool, cool. And I will want another crate. Cool. Now, let's put that down there. That is outputting power into there. That is charging up nicely. Kind of holding steady. That's probably as good as that's going to get. And then we can put this on here. And already we've got some coal. Perfect. So what are the stats for this thing? This thing says it... Oh, we can have speed of modifier. Cool. Accuracy. Lens targeting chance. We don't really need that because we're not targeting anything in particular. But it can just have those two. So we can have speed modifiers. Okay. Machine base. We don't have modifier cores in this though. Okay, so that would be if we were up another tier. So if we went tier 2, we'd have 4 modifier cores, so we could have 4 speed modifiers. Might do that, but we'll see. Because, I mean, it's already got cinnabar, which is a nether thing, so that means that we're good on that. We are getting stuff in from the nether, and we're getting gold as well, so it is doing, albeit a little bit slowly. But the other one was fairly slow. It's just that it got stuff, you know, stone and things. In terms of the actual resources that were coming in, it was also a little bit slow. But it is working through that water, which means we still have our power generation for our angel ring, which is very cool. And there we go. We've already got, oh, glowstone as well. Oh, excellent. I didn't know you got glowstone from this. I didn't realise that counted as being an ore. That is pretty handy. Pretty handy. Yep. So I think that now takes us up to a better wrapping up point, because it means I've got lots of things to play with in between episodes to be able to get us into a cool position next episode to do stuff and things, and I don't even know what those are going to be. But until the next time, of course, everybody, make sure you have a funs, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.